look, we're in for a treat on the co-main as well. We got Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira, who's stepping into light heavyweight.
If it didn't get any easier,
for the first time. I know, right? This is going to be quite an interesting matchup because Alex Pereira is going to be in his debut at light heavyweight. And of course, you got Blachowicz, who might also reel out the same strategy he had against the last middleweight who thought he could challenge his territory. So that might be an interesting one to get into. But let's look at the numbers. We've got 29, 9, and 1 for Jan Blachowicz, and then we have 7, 2, and 0 for Alex Pereira in the blue corner. Putting versus Brazil. We know the power that Pereira yields. We've seen that countless times against all of his opponents, not just the ones I like the most, but then also we've seen the Polish power that is almost bred and born in Blachowicz too. So this is going to be quite exciting to see what how they sort of stand up against each other.
Yeah,
not a lot in it in terms of height and reach. It's going to be pretty much around the same. But my question for you, Ash, is does Blachowicz use the same strategy he wheeled out against Izzy? The last middleweight you stepped up into this division and just lay and pray, take him down. I say that, but there was some stand-up striking too.
Yeah,
but
no,
I think it really
you are right.
Happened in wearing him down on the ground. So does he do that, or does he exchange with Pereira? Does he use his range?
Yeah. This is the thing as well. Like you said, like it's a crazy one.
Just bring the chat down. I know.
Is it still on?
Yeah, Craig's a cool guy.
I'm going to jump onto the quick chat and then I'll get into a favorite block. It says fans will be beyond the narrative more, in my opinion, if Gaethje wins 1-1 since Justin won the first fight. A chance for the best 2 out of 3 who truly can boost about the BMF when they could fight a third time. Very true.
Yeah.
Nolan's in the house. Welcome in, Nolan. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Yes, Nolan. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Craig as well. Love that.
Right, and I'll get rid of that chat. And so the good thing as well, which I really wanted to bring this at this point in. So Jan Blachowicz is a kind of stopper of stopping middleweights move up, because we've seen it in the past. Souza, he moved up.
Yeah.
And obviously Blachowicz, Jan Blachowicz beat him. Izzy moved up. He beat him.
Yeah.
Same with Luke Rockhold. He moved up. Jan Blachowicz beat him.
Interesting.
So this is a kind of fight where you think, and it's a stylistically, it's a very good fight for Jan. Very good fight, because like you said, he's got the wrestling in the locker. We haven't seen too much of Alex Pereira's takedown defense. I know he took down Izzy, but again, obviously we all know how big Alex Pereira is. That wasn't done by takedown. It was just purely done on like his brute force, and the bigger guy. So stand up wise, I still think that Jan still has a chance standing, just because we also his leg kicks against Magomed and Kalaev.
Yeah,
his legs are made of stone. Like honestly, and Alex Pereira doesn't have the biggest legs, so. He could chop his way to a victory, or like you said, he could take him down, and even get a finish on the mat. But yeah, I don't think that Jan's going to be afraid to stand with him. Yeah, but like you said, he's got that takedown in the locker if he needs it.
Yeah, he's only holding 1 loss in the UFC, and of course that's against Izzy Adesanya. Yeah, and I do think, of course, if you're talking about how he lost in the ways in which he had become. He had been defeated. It's the speed of Izzy. In every fight that he's had with Izzy, Izzy's really bested him in the striking.
Very fast,
he just got caught, and even in the second, when they fought for the first time in UFC, he had him wobbled at the end of round 2. Like, nearly get him out. If he has more seconds than that, it would have been a different narrative, a different outcome entirely. But, it is what it is. And I think for someone like Izzy, Jan, I just don't think he yields the power. No, sorry, not the power, the speed. He doesn't have that speed that Izzy has.
You're right, yeah.
And for me, the power may be there, but I don't think he's got that compromise, that speed to touch Pereira in that same way.
What you mean.
Where else have we seen Pereira come up against a powerful striker? Be it, yes, a lower division, but, I don't
really know. Like, obviously, we all gave the power to Alex Pereira, and obviously, look what Izzy done. So,
yeah. I mean,
who knows?
Pereira gets everything done by stoppage as well, and it's not just take any power away from Izzy. It's just how he gets things done, isn't it? Bruno Silva's got a powerful guy.
True, because you saw him take out Brad Tavares. Yeah, while you check that, I'm going to get into a couple of comments.
Yep, cool. I'll get the gauges up and ready.
Even on my opinion, this fight will be one-sided. Pereira will either outstrike Jan or Jan will out-wrestle him. 1,000%. You're spot on with that, mate.
Yeah.
Nolan Zebra says, I've got Dustin, Jan in top 2 fights. And TMM, welcome in, sir. Hope you're doing well. This fight is so hard to predict because both men have such bad defense when on the offense that either of them could get chinned with one bad move.
This is it. But it took speed to catch Pereira. He's relatively he's defensively responsible in that mid range or at range, but it's just when he gets in the pocket and he's now focused on his offense and putting that power on.
Yeah, like
that's when you got to
Izzy.
catch him. That's when you have to catch him twice as well. Izzy caught him the first time too.
Yes,
nearly had him out, but the round ended, and he was wobbled in the corner and came back from it.
True.
So
obviously Jan's got that one punch knockout power. So if Alex does get caught, but then again the shoes on the other foot, so could Alex. Alex could catch him with that left hook. That left hook of death. Here's
a crazy irony with Pereira, though, right? It's just like he's most vulnerable when he's most dangerous.
Yes.
It's when he's most dangerous. That's when his weakness is exposed. So you kind of gotta step into the fire if you want to put it out. So whether can Jan hold up in that? Can he find Pereira's chin when it's when the heats really turn up?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the gauges. Striking. I guess we'll go Pereira with that.
Yeah, we've got to go Alex Pereira in that one.
Grappling would have to go Jan Blachowicz.
Jan in that one, yep.
And then with power,
it's a tough one because we've seen it more because obviously I know Alex Pereira's done it in kickboxing, but obviously if we're talking on paper and what we've naturally seen, we've seen Jan knock out dudes.
Yeah.
And Luke Rockhold starched him.
True.
Trying to pick the guy now.
I could just give it to both of them and then we can sleep easy tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Have a little thing. I'm just going to read a couple of comments quick. Favorable podcast. Very true. Range may be a serious demeanor factor.
Yeah. Determining factor. Yeah.
Determining factor. Sorry. That is very true because obviously Alex Pereira, he's in and out, isn't he? So
he is not too much in terms of the reach advantage, only an inch in it. But Pereira will be the taller fighter by about 2 inches too.
Yes.
But yeah,
sorry, I've got rid of that comment by accident. Yeah. So Yaski.
Yaski. Hey, look, quality.
Welcome in, sir.
Great to have you.
Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Welcome in. I didn't mean to get that comment down a minute ago. I do apologize. TMM, another factor to consider with Jan's leg kicks. Alex was checking almost every leg kick a quick guy like Izzy threw. Slower Jan won't be catching him off guard with those. And that is an absolute gem of a comment because I mentioned a minute ago about how good Jan's leg kicks were.
They were.
You've countered my argument perfectly by saying, obviously, and I totally forgot about the checking of the leg kicks of what Alex Pereira did to Izzy, and that was the beginning and of the end in their first fight.
Yeah.
Because you checked the leg kick, Izzy went flying back, and then that was it. He smelled blood, and then he went in.
He went in there for the finish. Absolutely. So, I mean, that leaves us down to speed, in which I'm comfortable with Pereira.
Yes, Alex Pereira, yeah.
And then cardio, I might go Jan with it just because.
I'm going to go Jan because he's been in 5 rounds before. And I think Jan.
And I guess both these guys have now three in the red corner, 3 in the blue corner. But if I was to change anything at this point, it will probably be the power siding with Jan because he's at his natural weight class.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That is true.
And we don't have enough evidence to determine how Alex Pereira's
we
power
could
will
do that because obviously
transcend.
he's at 1,000% because he's at his natural weight class. And you're right, we know Alex does have power, but that's at middleweight. Obviously, we know he's a big guy anyway, and probably it will transcend up. But We've no science to prove that, have we, Mr. Brown?
We don't have any. Hold on, let me give Sadiq another call and see. No.
You give him a ring and I'll get.
He's tired of me now. He's tired. He hung up. He didn't even pick up the phone. He's tired of me dialing through.
He's blocked my number now. Oh.
Yeah.
TMO says that being said, Jan was still hurting Magomed with the calf kicks, even when. But this is what I'm saying. His legs are made of absolute stone.
Do you see how he it's mad. Magomed could not stand. He didn't have a leg to stand on, did he?
Your favorite blockhead says we have more proven power with the UFC with Jan, 1,000%.
Yep.
I'd give power to Jan, says Stephen.
Yep.
Craig says also have to take the guys Jan has KO'd and weight difference of the guys. 1,000%. Yeah, that's true. Obviously, as I said a minute ago, Luke Rockhold obviously moving up. Obviously, that was one.
Yeah.
From middleweight. I agree with those stats. Oh, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, appreciate it. I think this is probably
where with HR.
Yeah, exactly.
Did a good job.
Happy days. Whew, I was thinking I'm going to be in for a spar.
I don't want to go sparring again, mate.
No. Look, this is quality. I think I'm happy with that. We'll go to the next fight in the card. But I think on the night I will go Blachowicz, just because he's got a history of stopping people who step into the division from.
Yeah, and this is why, like I said, this is why I mentioned it. A couple of guys that wanted to move up, he stopped them in their tracks because obviously Luke Rockhold, obviously former middleweight champion, he was a very big middleweight. Yeah, and then moving up kind of seemed perfect to him. Yeah, exactly. Obviously not when you're fighting Jan Blachowicz.
Exactly. I kind of like him using his wrestling in this one in order to get the job done.
He's got it in the locker. Yeah. Who knows?
Exactly.